Hi, welcome to Module 2 of Paid Social, Facebook Business Suite Setup and Tour. So, first things first, the backbone of Facebook and Instagram, as we've talked about, is Facebook Business Suite. It's been called Business Manager for many a year, but it has evolved into Business Suite. So if it's not yet showing up as Business Suite for you in your account, don't worry, eventually it will. And I'm going to talk about in a minute the differences between Suite and Manager. But firstly, let's be clear that a Facebook business page is not Business Suite or Business Manager. And this often comes up in our classes where someone is absolutely certain that they're on Business Manager and in fact, they have a business page. So it's no problem to create your business page off of your Facebook personal profile and be utilizing it from that blue bar. So you're in facebook.com, the Facebook native environment, and you're now creating and managing your page, your business page that was spun off of a personal profile. Of course, the problem with this is that it becomes really difficult to grant access to other people, to have to log in with your personal profile and use that in order to access your business page. And you're also just not utilizing and being able to leverage the many tools that are in Business Suite. So I can't say enough how this is a non-starter. You've got to pull your pages, your people, and your ad accounts into Business Suite and never look back. At first, it might be overwhelming and you might think, oh my God, I've lost the ability to use my page as I used to and I can't see the access here right from my profile anymore. But trust me, you're growing up, you're utilizing Facebook properly, and it is going to be worth it when you get familiar with it. So, why use it? Okay, well, we can manage all of our Facebook pages in one place. And even if you only have one now, you might have a secondary location or another page or just something else down the road. So not to worry if you only have the one, but essentially if you're utilizing more than one page as an agency or a business, this is why we want to have it in one seamless place. We also want all of those assets to come together. So our ad accounts, so important. Our audiences, even more important, our pixel or more than one pixel, all of our images and the kind of the art assets that we can now use in our repository within Facebook Business Suite. Our insights, which is imperative to be able to see our post performance, our audience performance, etc. And then one comprehensive inbox, which is amazing. We'll look at that, where suddenly now we can see everything in one place. My Instagram direct messages, my Facebook comments, my Instagram comments, my everything in one spot versus having to go on your phone and engage in different places and wonder if you've answered everybody accordingly. It's all inside of Inbox. Your page posts, your ad campaigns, and essentially have control entirely over who has what access and remove them immediately if they're no longer with your organization or upgrade their access if they need it, etc. So this is where we want to have one seamless, beautiful place to manage our very important and always growing in value Instagram and Facebook assets. And the reason that they built this is because of exactly that. These things now have value. It's not like 10 years ago where you dabbled on Facebook and you weren't sure if it was ever going to be an active or useful part of your business. And we now absolutely know that it is, and it's worth setting up properly and having all the security and kind of access that we need around it. So we can stay up to date with our business. When we sign into Business Suite, we now have the alerts and insights all in one kind of seamless homepage, which is actually really cool to have this at a glance updates that we didn't before. Of course, as I mentioned, we add everything and have it all connected in one spot. Generally, we can set it up within settings and then not have to look at it ever again, or at least for a while. I'm talking about people and ad accounts and the pixel, and then we can update our audiences and of course see our insights and ad campaigns all the time. We want to gather our audiences and images and everything else within this one central zone, as I mentioned, and then again, just be able to manage it all from one place with different people in our organization. Where did Facebook Business Suite pick up the torch from Business Manager? Well, here's what Facebook had to say about it. Business Suite lets us manage our business across Facebook and Instagram in one place. It offers a new look and a new variety of tools that can help make it easier for us to manage our business presence online and reach more customers. But here are some of the changes that we may notice or that you may start to see. First of all, a new dashboard. Surprise, surprise. New home view with notifications on post insights, ads, and more. That's where you're going to get insights. You're also going to see sort of little updates that pertain to you, like, hey, we just added this, or you may want to know that, or there's a new audience type over here. So worth paying attention to that home view and bookmarking that. A comprehensive activity view, which is super cool to see how your ad engagement and your post engagement is going. That unified inbox that I talked about, which is super awesome. Plus, you can manage your automated responses from there. We talk a lot about automated responses and sort of the messenger bot in our Facebook lab, which is 360 Series 101, our starting point. The ability to schedule and publish posts. This is so important. As of 2 weeks ago, my team and I moved entirely away from our beloved Planoly. This is where we were scheduling and managing and planning out our Instagram channel entirely, as well as often cross-posting to Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest. And now we've said, you know what? It is so important for us to pre-boost our posts, and we can't do that from Planoly or Later or Buffer or Hootsuite. So we're bringing it back and now managing all of our planning and scheduling out of Facebook Content Studio, which is accessed through Business Suite. We talk about Content Studio a lot in our tools and tech course, and it has come a long way and only getting better all the time. And now that there's calendar view and insights and inbox all together in one place, I highly recommend it. But that ability to pre-boost a post before it goes live, oh man, so good. And then again, just more tools that across the board make Business Suite a fantastic one-stop shop for your Facebook and Instagram campaigns and pages. So the setup guide, let's dive in. The first thing we're going to do is go to business.facebook.com. You may have already done the process and gone through the setup, but let's review or start from scratch. So you're going to have to log into your existing Facebook profile. Yes, you need one. Yes, you have to create one if you don't already have it. And then basically they know that you are a legit human being and that you can then create your Business Suite account off of that and log in really securely with the same security access points that your personal profile has. You don't have to give away your personal profile, however, to your other members. We'll talk about that in a minute. They're going to log in with their email address and their personal profile if needed. From there, we're going to name our Business Suite account. And I like to use my business name here. And sometimes I'll even say, for example, Social School Business Suite, because already my page is called Social School. And if I don't make a differentiation between that and my Business Suite account and my ad accounts and my pixel, then they all are named the same and it can get really confusing. So think about some naming conventions for your various assets here. So we're going to log in and create a new Business Suite account, log in or create. As you can see, they're still calling it Business Manager in some places and not in others. And then, as I mentioned, that's connected to our Facebook profile. From here, I really recommend that you bookmark this home screen, as I mentioned, because it is the place you want to land. And then I also love to bookmark my page. So you can see your page from within Business Suite and you can go there through the roundabout way, or you can just have those two things bookmarked so that it's really easy to go into the back end of Business Suite, but also just to jump straight to your page, front end, post content, engage with people, whatever it is. We're going to look for the gear box here when we're in Business Suite in our home dashboard, because this is where we set everything up. And the first thing we're going to add is our page, or just existing pages are already in there. We need to add something else. So we're going to head in there. We're going to see what we can add as part of our, here it is, under Add Assets, and Pages is, of course, one of them. So whether it's new or existing, it's going to prompt you into adding it. Claim an existing page is where most of us, of course, would fall in, or you can create a new Facebook page right from here, or request access to share a page, which is common for agencies to do, or anyone who's helping you out with your page. They're not going to take ownership of it or pull it into their business account first. They want you to do that and then grant them access. Also, while you're here, you might as well add your Instagram business page so that you've got those additional assets kind of working together, because of course we want to be able to manage our Instagram account as well as our Facebook page from the same business manager. And finally, here we are, claim your Instagram account if you can, and you've got your basic pages set up and added. Next, we want to add our ad account. This is a really important step, even if you're not ready to start advertising yet. To create your ad account, you're probably going to be prompted to put your credit card information in so that they have payment info. In some cases, if you're just building dummy ad accounts or ad campaigns, you're going to be roadblocked because there's no payment information in there yet. Don't worry, you don't have to spend anything, but they do want to know that you've got all the basics set up so that you can then, of course, progress with potentially creating that ad campaign. Even sometimes that happens with audiences. I can't build out my audiences. What's the problem? Oh, I haven't set up my ad account properly. The other thing here is that you can have more than one ad account associated with a singular page. So let's say I've got a singular page to manage my 5 Dairy Queen franchises across Saskatchewan, and I want each of them to have their own ad account so that I can really easily track billing. That's what it comes down to. In agency world, whenever we were or are running large campaigns again or large organizational pages, and if they're not ready to create an ad account or they haven't gathered their credit card yet or whatever it is, we insist that we get that first because it is so messy when you get one final bill at the end of the month from Facebook and you don't know whose post, whose boosted content belongs to what company and what ad account, and they're all on your own personal ad account. It's a nightmare. So I really encourage you to create at least one, if not more than one, and you can manage them accordingly from there. So same thing, pretty simple. From within our business account settings, we're going to go in and add an asset, which in this case is an ad account. Same idea here on naming conventions. I encourage you to use the word marketing or advertising or ad account when you're naming that ad account for clarity's sake, so that when you're looking and toggling between pages and business accounts and ad accounts, you know which one's which. So you can create or claim or share an ad account, but most of us are going to be probably adding a new one. And if you are claiming or bringing an existing one in, you're still going to have access to all the past campaigns and data, which is really cool. If you feel like it's a mess, don't be afraid to start over. I say this all the time with audiences. If your audiences are a mumbo jumbo of dusty audiences, you don't know who built what, you're going to not feel confident using them and targeting them with your content. Way better to wipe the slate clean. Building audiences takes no time at all, especially the way we're going to do it, because we're going to pre-strategize what each one is. So wipe it clean, start from scratch if you have to, and then grow from there. You're not going to need to look back at the stuff that you did that wasn't very good. Be mindful of your currency and time zone, and then again, naming your content or your ad account accordingly. Finally, if you want to go straight in and adjust the payment method now, you can. Otherwise, you can go deeper into the tools within your settings and find your payment settings. But I encourage you to do it right here. View payment methods beside each ad account and add your credit card right there. So it's done. Next up, people and permissions. You can do it any which order you like, but I really like to do pages, ad accounts, and then add the people to the assets. So from here, we're simply giving people access to our assets and to the environment that we've created for our business pages and ad accounts. So heading on in again to settings, going into people and emailing them, probably to their business email address. And then they will have the welcome email and they'll get prompted to create a business manager account or join yours and have the access that they need. You can, of course, give them admin access or simple employee access, and then even get more specific with that access once they're labeled one of those 2 main categories. There you are. You can determine what kind of partial or full control they have. I'd be careful to give them full control again, but you will always be the page owner, hopefully, and that's different than being an admin. If you're running into issues, adding your page, for example, to Facebook Business Suite, it very often comes down to the fact that you are not the page owner. And this is where you need to go back into the blue screen, go back into the page you built for your business or that somebody else did, and go into your admin settings and see the admin settings for that page under owner. And if you're not the owner, sadly, you need to go figure out who is, get them to grant you ownership rights, or put in a case to Facebook, get it sorted out, and then you can add your page to Business Suite. And while this is kind of a nightmare, and they often ask for a license or just some kind of photo ID that you feel like, am I really giving this to Facebook? again, these are valuable assets, and they want to ensure that security is in place and that they're granting the right people these high valued assets that should have it. And so I encourage you to go through that annoying process, get it sorted out. It's worth it. And then once you're set up properly, sky's the limit. If you feel like you're missing something, don't underestimate what's hidden in that tools section there, sort of in that hamburger at the bottom of your Business Suite main menu. You'll find, most importantly in here, Audiences and Ads Manager. And this is where we're going to head to next in our Audiences and Ads Manager setup and just sort of general demo. But I also encourage you to check out the video that follows this one, which is a full-on setup guide and live demo of the back end with adding the pages, people, and ad accounts to a business manager. Thanks, and I will see you there.